So hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss our Leetcode problem of the day, and our problem is spiral matrix 3. So basically it's a medium level problem, but if you understand the approach, okay, so if you can understand the approach, you can solve it very easily. So basically let's read the problem statement. You are at the start of a cell of R start and C start of an row and column. So grid facing which is in the facing in the east, okay, east direction is in the means the right direction. The northwest corner is at the first row, and the column in the grid, and the southeast corner is at the last row. Okay, this is basically the north west corner, and this is basically the southeast corner. Okay, northwest, south, east corner. So if you will walk in a spiral shape, okay, clockwise, we have to walk clockwise in the spiral shape. Clockwise means from the right to left. Okay, from right we have to go links right, then down, then left, then up. Okay, this is basically the clockwise direction. Okay, so basically, if whenever you move outside the grid, its boundary, we continue our work outside the grid, but may return to the grid boundary later. Eventually, we reach all the rows and columns, spaces of the grid, return an array of coordinates representing the positions of the grid in the order you visited them. Okay, so basically, we have to return the positions of the grid over here. Okay, we have to just return the position of the grid. So let's understand it with the help of a simple example. So basically, this is the matrix given us over here, or we can say grid of four elements, and our rows. Rows are what? Our number of rows is what? One over here. It is one, and number of columns are four. One, two, three, and four over here. Okay. Our row start. R start means our row start. Our row start is at 0, and our C start. C start means our column start. Means from the column and the row we are starting is what? 0, comma 0 over here. Means we are starting from the 0, comma 0. Oh, sorry. Let me change this indexing to 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. And this is 0. Okay, so our row start and column start is at where? It is at this position. So we have to cover all the cells, okay, by moving right, down, then left, and then up direction, okay, in spiral order. So this is first move. So basically this is 0 comma 1. Then second move, this is what? This is 0 comma 2. Okay, 0th row, second column. And then again move forward. This is what? 0 comma 3 over here. So our answer in this case, our answer in this case will be a from 0 comma 0 to then 0 comma 1, then 0 comma 2, and then 0 comma 3 over here. Okay, we have completed all the cells of the grid, and now we have written the final array over here. So basically this was the question done. Now let's understand it with the help of another example and understand the overall approach over here. Okay, let's understand the overall approach in this case. Means what kind of approach you are going to use. Okay, so basically our goal is to generate what, or let's discuss our goal over here. Our goal is to generate the list of matrix coordinates. Okay, traversed in a what spiral pattern. So basically starting from a given cell, the algorithm systematically expands the spiral by increasing the number of steps. Okay, so now let's discuss over here. Okay, so basically this is our 4 by 4 matrix over here we have been given. Okay, this is what our 4 by 4 matrix. This is our 4 by 4 matrix over here, and our R start. Row start is what? Let me write it as uh, basically our rows is 4 and column is 4 only. And our row start means R start is equals to what? 1. And let's suppose our column start is what? Our column start means C start is what? 2 over here. So basically we will be starting from this position over here. Means row 1, column 2. Okay. As you are able to see, we are starting from row 1 and column 2 over here. So our first move, we have to move in the spiral order in clockwise manner, means in this manner. Okay. Then our first move will be from the row 1 to row 1 3 over here. Now let's move. This is our basically first move. We will create a initial empty list over here, our result over here, empty list, and go on appending the values of the rows and the columns over here. So basically this is what 1 3. Okay. Then move down. Basically now we are at what 2 3, 2 comma 3. Row number 2, column number 3 over here. As you are able to see, row number 2, column number 3. Then what we have to do then again and move down. Again move down over here. Okay, or we can say you can go in the left direction, this direction. Okay, now we are at what row number 2, column number 2. Okay, then again move left. Then we are at what we are at row number 2 and column number 1. Row number 2 and column number 1. Then move up over here. Now we are at row number 1 and column number 1. Row number 1 and column number 1 over here. Then again move up. Now we are at row 0, column 1. Okay, row 0 and column 1. Now move right. Now we are at what? We are at row number 0, column number 2. Row number 0, column number 2 over here. Okay, now again move right. Now we are at row number 0 and column number 3. Row number 0 and column number 3. Now here, now in this case, what we have to do? We have to run downwards without any entering the boundary over here. Okay, we have to move down and directly move in this direction. Okay, so this is the basically edge case over here. We have to just directly move downwards. Okay, so now let's see. Now we are at what? We are at row number 3 and column number 3. Row number 3 and column number 3. Again, move left. Now we are at row 3, column 2. Row 3, column 2. Again, move left. Now we are at what? We are at row number 3, column number 1. Okay, row number 3, column number 1. Now here again move left. Now we are at row 3, column 0. We are at row 3, column 0. Now move up over here. Now we are at row 2, column 0. Row 2, column 0. Okay. Now again move for upwards. Now we are at row 1, column 0. Now we are at last position, which is what 0 comma 0 over here. So this, as we are able to see that we have completed all the grids over here, I mean all the cells of the grids in this case. So we are left with no cells. So we will stop our procedure in this case, and this is our basically final array of the cells. Okay, we have got means we have visited over here. So basically this is our basic answer over here. This is our result in this case. So means how we will perform these operations in this case. Means how you are able to do such kinds of operations to get the answer over there. So basically, first of all, we will check that means we will initialize our rows and columns, row into column we can say as one. Okay, means if there is only one cell. Okay, for example, if there is only one cell in the given over here, so we will return what? This is 0 0. We will return just answer will be 0 comma 0. Means if rows into columns is 1 only, so we'll return just simple answer over here. Okay. Now let's first of all see some kinds of edge cases over here. Okay. So basically, first of all, uh, you have been given the cell and you have to move to the right direction. Basically, it's X and Y. So basically, this is X and this is Y over here. Wait a minute. Okay, so basically this is the cell with X and Y, and you have to move in the right direction. Okay, you have to just move in the right direction over here. So basically, in right direction, moving in right direction, our column will be increased. Okay, the rows will be same only over here. Okay, so basically, it will just become X and Y plus 1. Means our grid was first X and Y. Now it will become X comma Y plus 1 over here. Okay, so basically, first of all, it was 0 comma 0. Now our direction will be in what? 0 comma 1 over here. Okay, I think you must understand. And this is for what? This is basically for right over here. This is basically for right. Okay. Now let's see for down direction. Basically, this is our X and this is our Y. And you have to move downwards over here. Okay. You have to move downwards. So our row will be increased in this case. Our row will be increased, but the column will remain same over here. So basically, this is X and this is XY and this is what? X plus 1 comma Y. Okay. This will become X plus 1 comma Y. So which is what? Our X comma Y was 0 comma 0. Now in going downwards direction, our X will be increased by 1, which is 1 comma 0 in this case. So this was for just left direction. Oh sorry, this is for down direction, moving down direction. Okay, I think you must have got it. Now let's move forward in the left, moving left direction. Okay, now for moving in the left direction. Basically, this is our cell X and Y, original cell. Now we have to move in the left direction. So moving in the left direction will reduce our column number by 1 and our row will be same only. So basically this was what? X comma Y. Now it will become X comma Y minus 1. So X comma Y was initially 0 over here, 0 comma 0. Now it will become 0 comma minus 1 in this case. Okay. So this is for down direction or sorry left direction. This was just basically for our left direction. Okay. Now let's move forward. Let me erase it. Okay. Now our last direction is for what? Our up direction. Okay. For the up direction. Okay. This is initially our cell over here and we have to move in the up direction. So our rows will be increased over here. Okay. Our rows will be increased over here. We can say. Okay. And uh, no, wait a minute. Let me scroll down. Okay, first of all, we have moved in the right direction. Okay, then we have moved in the left direction, down direction, then left. Okay, and then we are going to move up over here. So in this up direction, and our rows will be decremented by 1. Our rows will be decremented by 1, but our y will remain same in this case. So basically, first of all, it was x comma y. Now it will become x minus 1 comma y. So basically it was 0 comma 0. Now it will become minus 1 comma 0 over here. Okay, because 0 minus 1 is minus 1 over here. Okay, this was basically for up direction. So we have seen all the 4 kinds of direction in this case. We have seen all kinds of 4 direction in this case over here. Okay, let's revise it one again. So basically for right direction, basically for right direction, our direction was 0 comma 1. Okay, then down, then our down direction, our direction was 1 comma 0. Then comes our left direction, means moving left side, our direction was 0 comma minus 1. Then moving up side, our direction was minus 1 comma 0. Okay, this was basically the 4 direction we have got over here by seeing the examples over here. Okay, Now let's see. So for enlisting the each kind of row and the direction over here, okay, for managing for each steps, okay, for managing the each current step count over here, we will initialize a row delta and a column delta over here. We are going to initialize a row delta and a column delta over here. Means this is our basically the current and row. Means this is our starting position. Now this is what? This is our row delta, comma delta. Means its initial indexing over here. Its row is row delta and column is column delta over here. Means this is our initial position over here. Okay. So basically, uh, basically, what is the use of row delta and column delta? Basically, the change in the row index when moving in the same means moving in the specific direction. It counts that current position. Okay, and the column delta means the change in the column index when moving in a specific direction. Okay, so basically, let's see over here. We are going to add step length in this case. Okay, we are going to add step length over here to what? To the negative directions. We can see that the directions are becoming negative only in two cases, which is in the left direction and the up direction. Okay, so basically we are going to initialize our step length over here, step length comma step length, but here we have to increment it by 1, step length plus 1, step length plus 1 over here. Why we are doing so? Because our direction here is in the negative one, so that's why we have to increment the step length by 1. Okay, I think you must have got it. Let's try to solve it by code over here, and we will do the dry run of it. Okay, so be calm over here. Let's begin. I will explain in each and every direction of the code over here. So basically, first of all, first we will initialize our result over here. As we have discussed, result. Result is what? Result is equals to start row comma start column. For start row, okay, and for the start column over here, or we can say S row and S column. S R start and R start, R start and C start over here. Basically, it is R start, comma C start over here. So we have initialized our result over here. Okay. Then we will check. We will check over here if our rows into columns. Okay. If our rows into what? Columns over here is equals to what? 1. Means if there is only single cell given over here. So just we will return our result. Return our result over here. Okay. Then we will initialize our step length. Step length is what we have discussed over here. This is step length SL as we are seeing. So we will initialize our step length. Step length equals to what? 1 over here. Okay. So we have initialized our step length as 1. In this case means for determining the number of steps in to move in the current direction. Okay. Then we will iterate through each row and column over here. We will initialize while true. While all the conditions are true over here. Sorry, friends. Wait a minute. Okay. So while all the conditions are true over here. Okay. We will run a for loop or row delta and column delta or RD, comma CD. Okay, and current step count. And what current step count? Current step count over here. Okay, now we have in in what in our directions over here. In our directions, which we have calculated over here. Let's see. Our directions are what basically is 1. Okay, 0 for right direction. Okay, for basically the right direction, our direction is what? 0 comma 1 in this case. Okay, and our step length is simply our step length we have been given. Okay, so basically, as you are able to see, we have initialized our direction as 0 comma 1, 0 comma 1 over here, and basically our step length over here. Okay, let me copy it. So basically now our down direction, we have completed with right direction, now down direction. Our down direction is what? Down direction is 1 comma 0. Okay, our down direction is 1 comma 0. Okay, and initially our step length is as it is. Now with our left direction. Okay, our left direction 1 0 comma minus 1 over here. Our left direction is 0 comma minus 1, and our step length over here will be what? Incremented by 1. As I have told you, our step length will be incremented by 1. Okay, so basically your step length will be what? Incremented by 1 in this case. So now next one is for up direction. For up direction, our direction is what? Minus 1 comma 0 over here. It is minus 1 comma 0, and our step length will also now be incremented by 1. Our step length here also will be incremented by 1. So we have initialized our directions over here in this case for moving up, down, right, down, and left and up. Okay. So now for now let's iterate over here. Let's iterate over here. So for means for in range of current step count. For in range of current step count over here. So basically for dash in range of what current step count. Okay, for action for in range of current step count, we are going to initialize our start row as what? Start row means r start over here. R start will be incremented with rd, and column start means c start will be what? Incremented our cd. Okay, r start will be what? Incremented by rd over here, and c start will be what? Incremented by column delta over here. Okay, for cd. So basically now we are going to check if our what? If our C start, okay, if our C start is in range of 0 to rows, means if it is in the range of 0 to rows, and our start call means S start means, or we can say C start over here is in the range of 0 to columns, okay, 0 to calls. So we will be just iterating through it. We will just append it in the results over here. So let's see if our C start, if our R start, if our row start over here is less than what? Is greater than or equals to 0, but it is less than our rows over here, and what? And our column start is what? Is less than equals to C start, but it is less than what? Columns over here. So in this case yes, we are just appending the current rows and current columns in the our result over here. So basically result dot append. Result dot append of what? Start row and start column. Means R start and R C start. R start comma C start over here. Okay. Now we are going to check. Simply check over here if our length of the result is equals to, if it is equals to what? The number of rows into number of columns, then we will just return the result. Okay. If our length of the result is what? Equals to rows into columns. Rows into columns. So for 3 rows and 3 columns, our row into column will be what? 9 over here. And our total cells will be 9. Okay. If it is equals to that, then we will just return our result. Return result over here. Okay. And basically our step length will be incremented by 2. Okay. Our step length will be just what we are going to do. Will be incremented by 2 means for the account for the way the spiral expands. Okay. So because of the movement pattern and the expansion of the spiral, we are incrementing in the steps, means number of steps we can say in each direction by 2. So basically, why we are doing in by incrementing it by 2 over here? Basically, the first two directions, right and down, use step length and steps over here. But the next two directions, in this case, the next two directions over here, they use step length plus 1. Okay, so plus 1 and plus 1. That's why we are incrementing it by 1. Now let's see. Okay, so our step length will be what? Incremented by 2. Step length, step length plus equals to what? 2 over here. Our step length will be plus equals to 2 in this case. Okay, now let's try to run the code. Okay, basically it's running over here. Let me refresh the page. Okay, so basically this is our code over here. Huh. So let's see some examples over here. Okay, basically I am considering a 3 into 3 matrix over here. Okay, I'm considering a 3 into 3 matrix means our rows is equals to what? 3 over here. Okay, as you are able to see, row is 3 and column is also 3. It is a 3 into 3 matrix. Wait a minute. Row is 3 and column is also 3 over here. Okay, and basically it's a 3 into 3 matrix. So indexing will be 0, 1, 2, and it will be 0, 1, and 2 over here. Okay, so basically your row start means R start will be 1, R start will be 1, and column start will be also 1 over here in this case. So means we have to start from this direction. Okay, we have to start from this one, 1 comma 1. We have to start from this position, 1 comma 1. So basically your first iteration. Okay, our first iteration is for what? Step length equals to 1 over here. We have initialized our step length equals to 1. So as you are able to see, In this case, as you're able to see, the step length is what? 1 over here. Our step length is 1. Okay. Then now move forward towards our first iteration. So in first iteration is step length over 1. So basically we will move right in the right direction. In this case, we will just move in the right direction. Okay. So our first step is 1 comma 2, means in first step our step is 1 comma 2. So first of all it was 1 comma 1. Now it's 1 comma 2 over here. Okay, this is our for right result. Then downwards. Then we will move downwards over here. Okay, in downwards direction our indexing is what? 2 comma 2. Okay, then in left direction we will move 2 steps. Okay, we will just move 2 steps, means step length plus 1 over here, means 2 comma 1 and the 2 comma 0 over here. So basically we will just move 2 steps, means step length plus equals to what? 2 over here. So it will be 2 comma 0, you can say 2 comma 1. First will come what? 1 over here. First will come 1, 2 comma 1 and then 2 comma 0 over here. Okay, then we will again move up 2 steps. Okay, so we will again just move 2 steps up over here. So it will be what? We will be adding just as 1 comma 0 and 0 comma 0. 1 comma 0 and 0 comma 0 over here. 1 comma 0 and 0 comma 0 over here. So now second iteration, basically our string length means basically our step length over here, we can say step length is now incremented by 2. Okay, now it will be what? SL equals to 1 plus 2, which is 3 over here. So basically now we will move 3 steps in the right direction. Just move 3 steps. Okay, over here. As you are able to see, just move 3 steps over here. Okay, so now after moving 3 steps, as you are able to see, 0 1 0 2 and what? 1 2, 0 1 0 2, and basically the 1 2 over here, as we are able to see. So basically we can see that the 1 2 over here, 1 2 is in what? 1 2 is we have already covered over here. As you are able to see that 1 2 we have already covered. So basically over here we will just add what? 0 1 and 0 2 over here. Okay, now we will move downwards. So we can see that 2 is 2. 2 2 is already in our list over here. Then again move 4 step down. So we can see that all steps are covered over here. So our final result will be what? Our final result will be 2 1 1 2 2 2 2 1 2 0 1 0, then 0 0, then 0 1 and 0 2 over here. Okay. So basically this was all for the today's Leetcode problem of the day. So thank you friends. If you have any of the doubt, you can ask me in the comment section.